Welcome to another episode of Rainbow Popcorn. We are 2 out of 3 brothers watching movies through a rainbow lens. Hello, Brett.
Hello, Lee.
How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
Have you recovered from Wicked? I'm good, by the way.
I have. Yeah.
A lot of talk during the week, and I was very glad
My
that we
algorithm
were the only one that gave it 3 stars.
Yeah, my algorithm is fully wicked.
Yeah. Anyway,
Great.
that was just a check-in.
Yep.
But we have an interview
We do.
this week,
Yes.
continuing our monthly theme of interviewing queer filmmakers and queer creators.
Mhm.
We're joined this week by Jai and Loxy, who together form Broschetta.
Yes.
I don't know if I might check, like Broschetta. Should I accent? No.
I don't know.
All right. Well, Jai and
Done
Loxy
it now.
Broschetta.
Yeah.
Right? I'll
correct.
do it that way.
Yeah.
I don't know which is more offensive. But together, they make up the production duo of Broschetta, that queer creators create queer moments,
Yep.
queer performances,
Mhm.
and their aim is to drag everyone along with them
Yeah.
for lots of queerness and lots of hilarity. So welcome to the Rainbow Popcorn Movie Club, Broschetta.
Hello,
Welcome.
thank
Hi.
you.
Hello, how are you both?
Very good.
Yeah,
Very good. Are you ready to chat film and stuff with us?
Oh yeah.
definitely. I'm wondering why
Right.
we introduce ourselves as Broschetta.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. You're allowed to put
I
the.
I
Are
am
you
allowed to.
I mean, yeah. Why not?
I think as soon as someone else does it to us, then we know, that's when we know it's right.
Okay.
And you hear
Okay,
it
good.
Just
back
whatever
to you.
feels right.
Do I have to do the hand gesture, or does that make it worse?
Maybe you sit on it. Sit on there.
Okay. All right.
Maybe not the hand gesture. So, what inspired? I
Are
think
you
I
just
know.
launching straight in? We've got a drink here.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
We have a drink.
we have a drink.
What have I got? I can't remember what I grabbed.
We have a Brookvale Union vodka lemonade
Oh, nice.
in a can, in a 2-drink cinema stubby holder. Broschetta, what are you joining us with?
We're actually on a similar wave. We've got a hard solo.
Oh, we
It sounds
usually
like
have them
a
all the
lemon
time.
Looks
This
like a
is the-
lemon jelly spritz.
Oh.
We can pretend.
Nice.
This
It's-
is the 1 week in the last 6 months we haven't had a hard rated in the fridge.
All right.
Anyway, cheers.
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 A drink.
Mhm.
It is very
It
lemonade.
is very refreshing.
Yeah,
on a
really refreshing.
summery day.
Finally got a couple of warm days.
Yeah.
Anyway, now you can ask your question.
Now I can ask questions. So, how did you land on the name Broschetta?
Oh my god.
Is it?
It was like a survival tactic, which I don't know. Our first show was called Faggot Baguette.
Right.
Obviously, has gone down in history for various reasons.
Mhm.
And then we would try to decide if we kept rolling with that or if we went with something that was a bit more like approachable. I guess in
Yeah.
the mainstream, because like people would come to the show and they'd be like, "Oh my god, the show was so great!" And not say the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard enough for me to put the accent on to say Broschetta. I feel like some people with those other words
Yeah.
might have been a little bit more challenged.
Yeah, I think as well, I mean, we create comedy. There's nothing against it that we're not already saying within our queer community. It's like we're just platforming or solidifying kind of that space that it holds. But Broschetta as well is just it's not like the stereotypical expectation that people would get when they come to a show called Faggot Baguette. They're probably thinking more like drag show or something a bit more of that queer adjacent, where that's not necessarily, it's not what we do, but it's not the number one thing in our queer world of what we're doing with Broschetta.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, changing the name, but kept the bread theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm a
Baguette, Broschetta.
Ready.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
carb positive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're both gluten-free. We won't
Not
as
trying to
well.
hide that fact.
we weren't gluten-free when we were doing Faggot Baguette, but this year I went gluten-free. And yeah, we've both dabbled in the going gluten-free this year. So I don't know, I think it fills the void of the gluten that I was missing in my life. So yeah, I do love to hear it said back to me. Like,
I did once when I used to do catering for a gluten-free option. I got huge potatoes, and instead of the bit of bread, I just like baked in big slices of potatoes and loaded up the bruschetta on that.
perfect. Sounds freaking delicious.
It's like the best of both worlds because you got the toppings of the bruschetta, but you also got like a baked potato.
Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great gluten-free alternative, better than these rice crackers.
Rice crackers,
Yeah, and
better
better.
than gluten-free bread.
Yeah, it's hard to come by. It's hard to come by good quality ones.
That you're not paying half your rent on.
Yes.
Honestly. $7 for 5 gluten-free wraps is absurd.
Oh, that's dumb.
It's like $4 for a loaf of just Coles gluten-free bread. You only get 8 slices or something in it.
My
Can we
goodness.
talk about movies?
Big issues. Rainbow on the Rainbow Popcorn Podcast. You brought up the bread.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
All right. So keeping on the inspiration track, getting off the bread theme, as filmmakers and creators, what would you say are some of your biggest inspirations? Past, present, what's going around, what's been around that's kind of inspired your creative process and what you do?
Would you like to take this one away?
I can if you like.
Yeah.
If they're different answers, you can both answer them.
I was really hoping Jai would chime in there because they're definitely the movie buff.
Okay,
but
all right. No.
I'm happy to announce the podcast world that my main movie inspiration is and always will be Pink Panther featuring Steve Martin and Beyonce.
The Steve
High
Martin version.
Yeah. Look, I do love film. Like, probably my go-to is like a Euro art house because my bestie used to work at not Lido, the other one in
Classic.
Elstonwick. Yeah, Classic, and used to get me into like the real nice European films for free. But I think I'm just a bit trashier than that. So love Pink Panther, love a movie with songs. Maybe not musical. You know, they kind of work it in the Pink Panther as part of the story.
Right.
Oh yeah. We're pro trash.
Yeah.
Like we're not trying to be too fancy here.
Totally.
You look through these shelves, there's a lot more
trash.
blockbuster than there is art house. Like not even that many
The
Oscars
Muppets.
on these. Like Sky High is like
I
my eyes are always drawn to Sky High. I don't know why. So yeah, I'm just as happy to watch Sky High as anything so-called cinema.
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
And I think maybe what I was thinking when you asked that question, like in terms of inspirations, why my taste in film often lends to a bit more of like a showstopper is because I am really inspired by music. Like I'm primarily a dance artist, and then started doing video work as well as theatre. But all of our projects have revolved around songs where we rewrite the songs because even though we aren't musicians, we love music so much that we work them into every single one of our projects. So I think that's probably one of my main inspirations is like musicians and music.
And then, I guess drawing ideas and drawing connections from there to other things.
Yeah, well, like translating that into like a way that I can present it myself, because obviously I can't like read music, I can't write, I can sing, I guess, but
we did write.
We did write lyrics.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of love to appropriate other people's stuff into my own like world. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Which is why we with Broschetta, like we create parody songs, and through these parody songs we touch on like queer topics and queer elements that you know, our community would get, and it's conversations that they're all having anyway, and we're just like let's just put in a song, but let's use that song because that's a good song. And
and it gives you an excuse to listen to a good song a lot of times to then parody it.
Exactly. Most of our songs have come from just like, this is just going to be so funny. Like, I think that's ultimately the one thing that we're thinking of when we're writing these things. Like, that's just so funny because it's so true and accurate that we're barely making anything up. Like, it writes itself.
Yeah.
pretty much.
And I think that's because we obviously met through the Pride Short Film Fest earlier in the year with your film, The Cult of the Reusable Coffee Cup, which is very much that in the sense that it kind of takes the Melbourne, hidden coffee spot to the nth degree and makes it so, I hope you don't mind me saying, like, ridiculous. But
Please.
And I think, and when we talked to Matt, who we worked with at Pride for the event, it was one of his favorites because he said he's just like, I just identified with it. Like, as a lifelong Melburnian, myself, I used to own a cafe, and you just look and you just go, yeah, probably when I owned my cafe, it wasn't hidden enough. And I didn't present it as cool enough. It was just a guy making coffee, which is not enough in Melbourne.
It's not enough,
It has to be in Savers.
Yeah.
In a shelf in Savers.
That's
what it
closed
has to be
rack.
now.
Yeah,
you need to go through 3 secret doors, 1 underground tunnel, and then maybe drive through somewhere else to find a man with a coffee machine just making coffee, and then you'll be interesting.
Yeah, and then you're also not sure, like, is he making coffee to sell, or is it just this hipster guy in Brunswick has bought his own Lamazocco and he's making coffee?
He literally doesn't want to talk to anyone else. He's like, this is the perfect, ideal situation for me. No one else can mess with my stuff. This is just...
But if you give me $5, I'll make one for you.
Yeah, totally.
5, 7.
20.
7, yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe that's the other reason my cafe's no longer running.
Oh.
So, Giles, the film buff, as you've now been dobbed in as, what was it that kind of first got you into film as a medium that you wanted to work with?
I'm just a very visual person. I have appreciated watching a lot of movies growing up. It was a bit of my escape. As much as I wish I was more of a reader, the undiagnosed young ADHD did not agree. So the thing that did keep my attention was like movies and TV shows and all of that. So after a while, you kind of like start finding these niches of, oh, I really liked that comedy style. Who are these people? And then you kind of go down this rabbit hole, and I've found so many creators over the years that I've just like pinpointed, and I'm just like, that's someone I'm just like keeping tabs on forever, because this person, I just appreciate the work that they've done, the way that they broke a bit of a mold when they created these things, and the topics that they addressed and the way that they go about talking, like joking, especially with the heavier topics or things like that. Like I just had so much respect for but for their work, but then you realize years later that they're not always like the best people of the work that you appreciate. Like it doesn't age well, some things.
Comedy never ages well.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, I think it's really tough, especially as you said, anyone that kind of breaks the mold a bit or addresses maybe like a left of center, not quite mainstream topic. I think comedy is hard to age, but if it's definitely not mainstream at the time, then it opens it up even further to aging badly.
Totally. But one of the first movies that I ever watched was this absurd like parody movie where they like digitally inserted themselves in like this traditional like old Japanese fighting movie, and it's called Kung Pao. It came out in like 2002, and I don't know, I don't know how old I was when I watched it, but it's so embedded in my brain and so encouraging of my like absurd comedy vision of things, because that was 2002 and they were doing the most crazy stuff. Like, sorry, I don't know if I can swear on here.
You can swear.
Totally
swear.
Yeah. But yeah, like that was the first thing of like absurdist comedy I'd ever watched, and I was like, whoa, embedded forever. And that has just been my whole life, is I'm always just that offbeat, off hook, like just entertaining person to be around, because I've just got this like weird mindset that everyone should just be absurdly funny, and that's just like a normal. But then you grow up to realize that not everyone's getting it, and you just sound weird. So yeah.
Well, that's
It's-
why I just made sure that you like surround yourself with people that match that weird. And like, so you said you were a dance artist
Mhm.
primarily. How did you two connect?
I mean, connect. I
How
always
did we
had a-
meet?
Well, we met when I moved into the house that we're currently in.
Okay.
We lived in the same share house for 4 years. And I got a suspicion when I saw on the like in the bathroom a shower cap that said "Girl Boss." I was like, "I'm moving in." Anyway, I moved in, guys. Like, my mum bought it for me. Like, just FYI, it's not me. I wouldn't wear a shower cap that says "Girl Boss." And I'm like, I think we can still be friends, you know, even if you're not a girl boss or a girl.
I'm just a boss.
Just a boss, yeah.
True. But I don't know. It's just like the sparkle in their eye, the sense of play. I think because like coming from more like stage theater, I always understood that like idea of like yes and I'm like, why can't we do that socially? And I feel like Jai is one of those people that you meet and they do that like just in life. They're like happy to bounce ideas and bounce.
And I was never a theater kid. Like, I never studied. I never got to do theater games. I never got to practice that skill or harness that energy of like performing live or rehearsing a script, or you know, it wasn't really something I was very used to, but always something that I wanted to do, because I'm like, then I can just create something if I can do that. Like, bring it to life. So yeah, Lockie's given me a few crash courses. I mean, quite a few crash courses over the years of our performances. And yeah, it's really nice to now, like even later in life, like have that play where we can just bounce like silly ideas off. Because I think the first time that we would get creative was when we're washing up the dishes together.
Yeah.
And then we'd put songs on and then we'd sing karaoke. Obviously, Mulan is obviously. Obviously. And it's always in my key. So I'm like, okay, like,
yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, just like doing things like that. And then we'd, you know, think of an idea and be like, oh my God, you know what's so funny? And then we just spitball. And before you know it, we're just cacking ourselves. We're crying, laughing. And then one day Lockie comes home and he's like, so I saw applications open for this like thing and I think it's pretty achievable. And I said, fuck it, we're going to apply. And I was like, you want to make something with me? Like, that's so cool.
Well,
yeah,
that was even our first thing we did.
It was.
To be fair,
it was.
I knew that it would work because when I moved in, I was doing this like festival. It was like a cabaret festival, but it was put online because of the pandemic. So I was gonna do a parody song, and then instead of doing the song as a live performance, I had to film a music video for it. So this was like the first time I'd kind of like decide making a music video of myself. So the parody song was Brunswick Baby, which is a parody of Brooklyn Baby by Lana Del Rey. And it was literally just about how like Brunswick is the Brooklyn of Melbourne and that all the hipsters are out there, you know. Like,
Yep.
Topic we're familiar with.
Yeah. With all lattes. Anyway, I cast all of the housemates because they're the only people around as different roles. So there was like a tarot reader. There was like my best friend who used to go dumpster diving with me for like organic food. And then there was
your boyfriend.
My boyfriend who played in a band and like did online activism as the three different housemates. But on the day of the shoot, the other two dropped out. So Jaya just played all three roles.
And it was all in one take as well. So we got your sister involved and it was the three of us. And we'd have to go one take swinging through. And then I'm running into the other room when I'm off camera to like change my shirt and do the thing and make a different.
Here's someone else. Yeah.
Yeah. So
but now that sounds like theatre to me.
Yeah.
It was very much theatre. The backstage was theatre. The on-screen was theatre. Like
the whole house was our set.
Yeah,
it's perfect. That's what
good.
the pandemic kind of, you know, the pandemic made us all just be whatever we have, we have to work with now.
Yeah,
super.
And so to still kind of be able to create in that space is really cool.
Well, that's how we got here too, really, because we used to during the pandemic, because I lived alone, so Lee would do weekly check-ins.
Yeah. A welfare check that became a podcast.
So we'd just be like, why don't we went on to like Zoom or whatever, and would watch a movie together and drink, and then we're like, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
Because
we'd also talk
we'd
shit.
watch
We're
it
like,
and talk shit during it.
we're kind of funny.
Yeah.
Can we like do this as a thing? And then,
here we
so
are.
that's why the first one was 2 Drink Cinema.
Mm.
And now Rainbow Popcorn is our queer spin-off. But yeah, to be able to create in that space, but also it seems really kind of organic that your creative collaboration kind of came to be in the first place.
Yeah, very much so. I think being able to live with someone, like not know someone, learn how to live with them, and then become close friends with them, and then try and do all these projects together, as well as having all the same friends. And at one point, we were both working a hotel together, so we have the same job. And it was just like so much of our worlds were so intertwined. And so we knew that we could like work together and work in a system and all of that. So we've practiced it in many different like styles of friendship to then get it to be so cohesive as it is now. Like obviously it's never easy.
It's so cohesive, let me tell you.
Yeah, we're still together,
We've
you guys.
never argued ever.
No,
Of course not.
Not on
But
camera.
you've survived.
Exactly.
And you've survived.
Tell the
So
truth. To tell our story.
that's the main thing.
So
Still
how do you kind of get all the craziness in your head that you think of this idea of parody songs or funny things to do, and then how does the process work for you to then actually put it into something?
I mean, I think it's just like we come up with ideas, we write them in our notes app, and then the next time we see each other, we're like, oh my God, this would be funny. This would be great. This would be whatever. More often than not, it's Lockie coming to me with a song and then being like, so I just had this idea, we have to use this song. And I'm like, let's give it a listen. Let's go. What are we working with? And then I think it's just, if someone else has an idea, I'll pick it up and run with it because I've got nothing better to suggest. And I'm like, why not? Let's see how this goes.
No, but you come up with ideas too.
No, of course.
It's like Jaya always uses the saying like throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. And I think it's like a lot of like shared experiences on just like shit talking, and you like flag things that are really great, and then the good stuff will eventually snowball into the projects. But you have to have like many conversations over dinner or whilst doing the dishes or just like seeing something happen. So like one of our songs, we had the idea when we were at a festival and there was this beat playing, but we couldn't hear the music because we were like over the hill. So then we were like freestyling on top of the beat. And then we
voice memoed it. And we were just like, yeah, we just threw some random things in this weird demo track, not knowing we'd do anything with it. But then we eventually took it to a friend who then turned it into a song, and we laid lyrics over the top. And before you know it, it was just like a cute little like thing. And I don't even know how long that took between like the idea and it actually coming to life. I think maybe like 6 months.
Right. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So a lot of kind of developments and back and forth and steps and refining it from, I guess, raw craziness, as Brett put it, into something that you think, yeah, somebody else might like to watch this.
Yeah. I mean, there is a point where you just got to be like, I'm convinced other people are going to watch this. Like, you need to just, have the mentality that you're like not targeting anyone specifically, but just like as a whole, and just be like, there's someone out there that's going to enjoy this, whether they like it for the song, whether they like it for the music video, whether they like it because they're friends in it, or whatever it might be. I feel like, you kind of need to tap out of that comparative mindset, because we do just create it because it's fun. And that's all it's been thus far. Like it has been fun, challenging at times, but very fun. And to be able to collaborate with so many people to just like bring, these silly ideas to life is crazy. But grateful for the community we have around us. It's really like kept our fire burning, because they are our biggest supporters. True. And just non-stop checking in, like, when's the track coming out? I'm so excited to see this, or they get involved, or whatever it might be. But yeah, if it wasn't for them just like constantly like fanning our flame, then I don't think there would be as much like excitement and anticipation to like put these things out. But yeah, we do also create with our friends in mind. We've got the perfect examples literally right in front of us.
We're targeting them, yeah.
Yeah, we actually are.
Yeah, nice.
Well, that's good, and that is a thing. Like, you know, they say for creatives, you know, create for yourself and enjoy it. But if you target even just one person, there's going to be other people outside of that. You mentioned community. It's probably a pretty standard question that we've asked a few of our queer creators. How do you both feel about the importance? You mentioned earlier about kind of taking a song and queerifying it, I guess. How do you feel about the importance of doing that, of kind of putting a queer perspective onto something that is kind of mainstream?
I think it's very important. And I also think that, like, for me, the part of it is also like not Australia-fying it, but like bring it into like
localizing it,
because so much of the entertainment scene is like US dominated.
Yeah.
Like music and film. So like I will take a song from like actually a queer creator that I love, and I'm like, it doesn't resonate yet because like their experience is so different to ours. You know, and I think I was thinking more about like what I really did find inspiring, and it is an amazing series itself, but I was thinking about Please Like Me, and I was like, oh, probably just because it was like so relatable. Like that was like one of the things, like it was the first like explicitly queer thing filmed in Melbourne that I really liked. So yeah, like being able to be seen and like be represented in something, that's why that process is so important, I think.
Yeah, and also just to like bring a queer lens in a way that's more, for lack of a better term, palatable, or like what's already mainstream. Like we don't need to convince you to try and listen to this. Like we don't want to convince you, but we're making it a little bit more easy and accessible for you to like, oh, you know the beat and you know what the parody song is, but like, have you heard this version of it? Like opening their eyes to like different things, but making it so we don't have to push ourselves. Like if we did just explicitly only original tracks, it's a lot harder to convince someone of an original track. But if you say it's a parody of this song, they're like, oh my gosh, I love that song. Or, hey, I know of that song. That's by a big artist who's whatever. Then they're more likely to just engage. And I think it's just about spreading the message as like mainstream but queerified, as you said, in the best way, or like a way that's more applicable to our world, because that's the world we're just highlighting, really. And it's nice to document this moment in time and solidify what we're kind of going through as a queer community.
It feels almost like a music / film or whatever version of like collage, you know, like, or scrapbooking. And I think that is, when I work, it has always felt like that, because like I cherish these things that I see around the world, but I'm like, but they don't quite fit right for me. And like, or also just like, we are very creative people, but I mean, obviously I've trained in dance, but like other than that, we haven't had training in like music and film and stuff. So it enables us to express our creativity without having, you know, this long history of arts practice
experience. Yeah, I think that's also, it kind of has given us a bit more belief in ourselves now that we know that we can do it, and just to be able to kind of realize that as an independent creative, whatever your style may be, it's hard to value the work that you do, and it's hard to set like monetary value on the work because you just kind of love doing it and you want to do it regardless. So like we're not in it for the money right now. Like we're not making any money on it, but we would love the opportunity for someone to want to give me.
We're not in it for the money ever.
No,
but if
we get money, then that
I haven't set up this whole podcast studio to make money, but if someone comes along and says, I'm going to sponsor your podcast, I'm not going to turn them away.
No, totally, exactly. I just want to welcome more people wanting to be part of the community that supports and gives voice and platforms. People who are so deserving. And honestly, I mean, queers are the most creative types of people. So literally, you heard it here first, everyone. You heard it here first.
Controversial. Hot take.
Queers are the most creative.
Queers are creative. Hang on.
The whole cast of Wicked. What?
Actually, there's just a freak, and everyone's like, "Wow, you're so creative! Oh my god, you're so
That's everyone's
you're so
code
quirky.
word.
You're so
Code word when you're a kid as well. Your son's very creative.
Yeah,
Like that's
totally.
Mm.
It's like a slur.
yeah.
No,
tell
we
me
don't. We
you're
didn't
that
just
person.
turn creative into a slur. No, we didn't.
No, we did.
No.
No, people already did. It was already a slur.
Yeah.
That'll use whatever they want.
So
Yeah, I think one thing, like you said, the different layers of representation, I really get, because we've watched a lot of queer movies, and on Two Drink Cinema watched a lot of movies, and the thing that comes up a lot is, particularly in queer cinema and queer stories, is you being able to see yourself in it. Like I remember, we watched Love, Simon, and I'd watched a lot of teen rom-coms before that, and also watched some queer cinema before that. But it wasn't until that movie that I was like, no, that actually is what my high school experience was like. I wasn't like, bullied for being queer. I wasn't this, that, whatever. I was just in the closet and didn't know what the fuck to do about it. And so I think as many different people from different places and different experience and different perspectives that can tell our stories allows for more people to be seen and recognized and have their stories told. I like that.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's good about, a lot of the movies we watch and a lot of like the mainstream queer movies, like you were saying, are very American.
Mm.
And so, it's a lot of, when you're watching it and you're kind of getting a bit of a history lesson about queer history as well, you're getting an American queer history, but then it's like,
it's through a certain lens.
Yeah. And then so it's like, what about us? What about Australia?
Well, and that's what a couple of months ago when we interviewed Lee, who showed his movie Sacrifice at the Pride Short Film Festival, his was about a military couple. And he was like, I felt like a lot of people knew of Don't Ask, Don't Tell from the American military thing, but don't know what that kind of policy was in the Australian military. And so he was like, well, there are very similar stories, but also very different, because Australia's policy was different around that. So it's another, localized story that needs to be told. So we've talked inspiration, we've talked all sorts of things. What's next for Broschetta?
You can take
without
it.
the hand gesture.
Well, we're so grateful you guys asked.
We didn't plan it either. We're just chatting. We're just chatting, and it came up.
Number, and you guys, this video chat came up. So,
It's like Omegle.
no, not that.
Isn't that what
Absolutely
that
not.
was?
Yes, but it was
Okay,
horrendous.
I'm not distracting.
Okay, yes, no. So you guys asked before about how long it takes to kind of like have ideas to like making something out of it. This is actually the perfect example, because we're working on a music video. We're halfway, well, 2/3 of the way through shooting it. We've got our last shoot day next week. It's gonna be for a song called Gays in the Park, and it's a parody of FKA Twigs' Tears in the Club featuring The Weeknd.
But if you didn't realize that when you listen to it, because a lot of people don't,
Yeah,
we wrote the song.
it's an original.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Have you heard of the song before? No? Okay, well in that case.
No, it sounds very original.
So yeah, this is our biggest project yet, and we started writing it on a camping trip in January.
In the National Park of New South Wales.
Yeah. And
In
then
the park.
Gays in the park.
Gays in the park.
yeah, Gays in the Caravan Park. Yeah, so we started writing that and came up with some great ideas, and then we got our friend Mo Louie, who is a music producer and also a music artist, to produce the track for us. We went to the studio in their house and laid down the beats and
Nice.
got behind the mic. It was all profesh.
Yeah, very cool.
This one I think is so there's that song, Tears in the Club. And then I think I was thinking actually about how we struggle to feel represented like in our national identity or like local identity. And I was singing this thing like beers in the pub instead of tears in the club. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, works. Like imagine doing like a real like Ocker Australian version of FK Twigs because she has that really posh British accent.
Very put together.
To like a sloppy, like pints in the pub, beers in the pub, like
Getting
thing.
sloshed.
And I was like, oh, it's good. And it was like an itch. And I was like scratching it by starting to like figure out. But then I was like, nah, it's not right. And then I think I was just like on a walk and I walked past the park and I was like, there's some friendship group over there with like blue, purple, and like everyone had a different hair color. I was like, there's always a group of gays in the park.
It's
isn't
very
there?
much
Like,
based off the people you come across in Edinburgh Gardens.
I was going to say, I'm picturing Edinburgh Gardens.
Yeah.
literally,
Perfect.
that's the one. So it's like there's always a group of gays in the park having the best goddamn time. So we changed it from beers in the pub to gays in the park.
Nice.
But we
And
did
that still works as an Aussie thing. Like we're such outdoor people, Aussies as well.
Love the
Being in the
barbecue.
park is such a thing.
Yeah.
Totally. But yeah, we actually did end up getting a bit of homage to the beers in the pub. We've got a rap verse in there, which is actually sung by
An ally.
a friend of ours, Mo, who produced it. Their partner Darren used to be in an old rap group called the DYE back in the day, and so we got him out of retirement or whatever it is. We got him out and convinced him somehow to lay some rap verses on this track. So it sounds wild. I love it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So he's the weekend in this.
Yeah, Darren isn't exactly the weekend. We had to like make a whole new part for him. And I don't know if anyone is the weekend.
Yeah,
just because like his verse in the original song's like crap. So
it is, but I do sing that part of the song. And I do rap a little bit, but I'm not claiming that I'm the weekend. Like absolutely no ties to that guy.
No. You're like BBT.
Yes, I wish.
Cool. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
I think that'll be cool. Are you going to have a launch or is it just going to appear one day?
So for this music video, what we did is we roped in, obviously, our community, a bunch of like almost like 40 people on our production team and including the cast as well, to film in Edinburgh Gardens. So last weekend, we took a bunch of our friends, gave them all different roles and all these props and laid them out around Eddie Gardens, and then had an amazing DOP and assistant DOP, Gracie and Kat, on helping us on the day. And then we've had our producer Taryn, Poppy, and production manager Bonnie and Beth, and like there was a whole bunch of people on the team. But because we involve so many of our friends, this is very much like a huge project. Like there's a lot of elements at play here. So this music video is us going like all out and actually devising the whole music video shot by shot, and then casting and scheduling and producing that whole side of everything. Because this has so many moving parts, it is our biggest production. So yeah, we're working on it.
We do want to launch when it's done.
Yeah,
obviously. I think it would be a great track to sing at some kind of gathering in the park with a lot of queer people in summer. Maybe I don't know when that would be. Maybe like right in the middle of summer. Like Alexandra Gardens.
There's a couple
like some sort of festival that's in the middle of summer.
Yeah. It kind of has like some kind of event that has a bit of a carnival atmosphere would be fun too.
Yeah, that would be sick.
Lots of grass.
Yeah.
In the park, obviously. Yeah.
Where all the queers are.
Yeah, in the park.
Yeah.
In the middle of summer. Something will come up.
Yeah. Well, you've given yourselves a deadline.
We actually do have quite a deadline because we are considering
there's a few things we're considering.
Yeah, there are a few considerations, but regardless, this song will be out in summer. It will be out not going to say exactly when, because yes, we are still editing and things and shooting, but
You can follow the journey on our Instagram, and
it's just Broschetta, BROSCHETTA, and then underscore.
Cool.
And
Also,
we-
if people didn't get it, we were talking about Midsummer Carnival before.
Is that actually a thing?
Midsummer
Yeah,
didn't get it.
People didn't get it, right?
There's a
Broschetta-
schedule there ready.
Broschetta will be at Midsummer Carnival,
Be there
hopefully
regardless.
walking around with a couple of boom boxes
Yeah.
playing the new track.
Boom boxes.
Yeah, well, you're not going to walk around with a Bluetooth speaker. It doesn't
Oh
look as
no,
cool.
I've got a big little Bluetooth,
Big little.
Big little, yeah.
size Bluetooth speaker that we'll carry around like a boombox for sure.
Yeah,
Nice.
Good. I'll look out for it.
Thank you.
But yes, otherwise, Instagram is Broschetta, and we'll link to that in the episode description and stuff. YouTube,
we
We have
will.
a YouTube, yeah.
It's the same. It should be the same.
That's where the actual video will be posted.
Yeah.
It'll just be like promo reels and stuff on the Instagram, as well as if we do a launch, any information about that.
Yeah, we will be doing the launch, and I don't know why, but I'm having this idea that we're gonna just do it in the park, maybe. Who knows?
The park?
We'll see.
go for it.
We'll see.
Sounds great. Looking forward to it.
I
that
will
sounds
also
awesome.
say we do have some of the people that are in our music video though. I think you guys might be a little bit impressed because
Yeah.
I was impressed that we got such a solid crew. But one of the people who featured in our music video, like makes a cameo in it, is Hayley Wilson. Is that the correct one? I keep getting it mixed up. Hayley Wilson, who went to the Olympics and got a bronze medal for skateboarding.
Oh, yeah, very cool.
Yeah, so they came and did some sick tricks in the skate bowl, which was great. And to have like an Olympic
Yeah, an
person
Olympian there, yeah.
fully just be in our music video and be like, hell yeah. And I'm like, what? Like, just because you want to? This is kind of crazy. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
But yeah, and then also we've got like drag queen, Delonce is making an appearance. Miss Piggy,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
That's quite an ensemble, really.
A renowned queen. But yeah,
Very nice.
Yeah, very cool.
yeah.
Looking forward to seeing it all done up and ready to show.
So,
We'll put some links to find you about the place in the episode description. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you
was
so
our
much for having
pleasure.
us.
yeah.
No problem. Thanks for joining the Rainbow Popcorn Movie Club.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll bump into you at Carnival and ask where we're at.
We'll follow the tunes. We'll go.
Exactly.
That sounds like FKA Twigs, but no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That almost sounds like a song I know. That must be Broschetta.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right. Thank you,
Yeah.
Broschetta. We will look forward to seeing the music video coming out soon. Thanks.
Hell yeah. Thank you guys.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Rainbow Popcorn. We'll be back next week to talk about vaguely Christmas movies.
Yeah.
I won't give the theme away. Tune in next week for that. Thank you, Brett.
Thank you, Lee.